All right, good morning. I am out past Georgetown, Colorado. Going to try and climb a 13er called the Citadel. This is off a really popular trail that I've done 2 or 3 times probably. And I always look up at this peak, and I've never been able to come out here and do it. So excited to have that opportunity today. It's gonna be like 10 miles and 3,500 feet of climbing. There's not much beta on climbing this peak. I found like 2 websites that were pretty reliable that had some information, and then I tried to watch a couple videos and didn't find those very helpful. They didn't have much footage of actually climbing the peak, so kind of going into this blind, but almost makes it a little bit more interesting. So it's about, I think, 4:30, maybe 5. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get going here and wait for the sun to come up. Here at Herman Lake, which is kind of like the split off point for me. The actual, if you look up the actual Citadel trail on All Trails, it cuts off like way down in the valley, but all the reviews on All Trails and all the beta I could find said there's really no trail and you have to bushwhack through the willows and do some creek crossings, or you can stay on the Herman Gulch trail, come all the way up here, and then there's an actual established trail that kind of goes and meets up with the Citadel trail. So I mean, it adds like a mile on your total trip, but I figured that was worth it to have an established trail and not have to bushwhack through the willows. So just past Herman Lake, you can kind of see trail behind me and then Citadel up there. So I'm gonna find a place to stop real quick, have a snack, and then we'll keep pushing up. But I mean, if you're in Colorado, I would definitely recommend coming up Herman Gulch. It's just a playground of peaks up here. I mean, the Citadel's fun. We're about to find out. I've got, I think, Ptarmigan Peak behind me, and this class 3 ridge to the east of it, I've heard is a lot of fun. I might try and come back up here and do that, but definitely recommend this hike if you're in Colorado. Okay, found this little kind of break in the wind. I think I'm about halfway up to the summit. I can kind of see around these rock faces and see it. But I'm starting to get a lot of overhanging cliffs, and I know there's high rockfall danger on this peak because it's pretty crumbly. So Gonna go ahead and stop and put on the helmet and probably put the poles up. I don't think they're helping much longer, and I kind of want my hands free. So I'm just taking a break halfway up, but getting up there. Okay, I'm at the entrance of the gully that goes up between the kind of two peaks, and I heard this is the worst part. It looks pretty steep, so I do believe it's probably going to be the worst part. So I think I'm just going to try and get up and then get over to solid rock on the other side of the gully, but see how this goes. All right, I am on the summit. It is insane up here, absolutely insane. I'm pretty much right on the summit rock of the west one. The east peak of the Citadel is right over there, and looking at it from here, I don't know how anyone climbs that thing. I have no idea. I mean, that looks so intense. That's far beyond anything that I'll ever be doing. But I'm pretty nervous about getting back down off of here because it's just so steep and so loose, but I think I'll be all right. I just got to pick my way and be really careful about it. But crazy views up here, super spicy getting up here, just what I was looking for today. am down off the sketchy stuff, off the summit, which you can see back there. Really sketchy coming back down. I mean, you can probably see in some of the footage, but it's just, I mean, just like nothing was solid. Every handhold, every foothold, I had to triple check to make sure it was solid, and then sometimes when I put my weight on it, it would move a little. So super sketchy coming back down, but honestly, like, kind of fun. But down off the sketchy stuff, kind of keep on going down. I can see kind of Herman Lake down there below me, and then my car is down in that valley somewhere. So I've got quite a long way to go. Not quite done yet, but I mean, it's pretty crazy looking at that, thinking I was on top of it, because it looks pretty gnarly. All right, I'm almost back at Herman Lake, where I'm gonna stop and have lunch. But I think the trail's gonna get really crowded from Herman Lake down, just because I know how popular it is, and I think I'm gonna be around a lot of people. But I mean, I've been alone pretty much the whole time so far, so this part of the trail is really nice, but I have a feeling that once I join back up with the normal Herman Gulch trail, that it's gonna be really packed. Back to the trailhead. Coming down, it was very packed, just as I thought it would be, and the trailhead's full as well. So called that accurately. Glad I was able to avoid the crowds for the most part. My watch died about a quarter mile from the trailhead, but pretty much I did 10.5 miles and 3,400 feet of climbing today. So perfect hike. Would highly recommend to anyone like me who sits around like 10 miles as their max, but wants to do a little bit of spicy class 3. That little final part to the summit was a ton of fun, and really got your heart racing. So highly recommend. Another good day in the mountains, and I sure as hell can't complain.